everybody, Ethan here. Welcome to Hello Road. This is my 1997 BMW 740iL. I bought this car a few weeks ago specifically to take to the Radwood NorCal car show. Yes, I bought a 21-year-old BMW just for a car show. You can click above to see the video I made with this car on the Radwood channel. And since that show, I've been driving this thing around and basking in its late 90s luxury. This long wheelbase 7 Series is my first BMW. I figured, why don't I just jump all the way to the late 90s top of the line and skip all those lesser BMWs, as they're for peasants and plebeians. Okay, so the V12 adorned 750iL really is the top of the line, but I couldn't find one that wasn't completely trash, so I went with the 740. Cars like the 1997 BMW 740iL were for CEOs, venture capitalists, and investment bankers. People that could hire you and people that could fire you. This car represented everything you hated and everything you loved about capitalism. This car was a $70,000 vehicle when new, which amounts to over $110,000 in 2018. 21 years later, I purchased this car for less than $3,000, it having lost 97% of its value. At nearly 4,300 pounds and almost 202 inches long, the 740iL is a beast. And even today, it's still an authoritative presence on the road. The L in the name stands for long wheelbase. This model places emphasis on rear passenger comfort, adding 5.5 inches, all going to rear seat legroom. This vehicle is just as much about being chauffeured around in as it is driving it yourself.
Let's take a moment to bask in this late 90s luxury.
I gotta say, when I first sat in this 740iL, I wasn't immediately impressed. But when I reset my brain back to 1997, things started to look a whole lot more impressive. You got dual climate control, multi-informational display, which here doesn't really work anymore, fancy burled walnut trim,
Factory footrests for the demanding backseat dignitary, window shades all around. Ooh, look, the rear seat cup holders still work. Weird little storage compartment up here. Next to the ashtrays are this kind of useless, odd-shaped pop-out storage area. Perfect for pens?
Let's take a look at the radio. So many buttons. Even has a built-in cassette player. And it's got built-in audio DSP. So if you wanted your Spice Girls songs to sound like they were recorded in a cave, be my guest and turn that on. So even though this is a beautiful location, enough sitting around, right? We gotta take this car on this back road and see how it drives. And then after that, we'll head off to Beverly Hills, California, where we'll go to the Greystone Mansion, stroll the grounds, and discover the tempestuous history of a crooked oil tycoon. Seems fitting for this car, doesn't it? Let's go. Now, a 1997 BMW 740iL wouldn't be your first choice to hustle down a canyon road, but that said, it is kind of fun. I mean, I'm of the mindset that any car can be fun driving down a back road, but this car really does go where you point it, even when pushed aggressively. But there's no getting around the fact that this car feels like it's a mile long, because it is a mile long. The immense weight and length of this car is definitely apparent. This car is much more in its element on long freeway cruises, where it can bathe the driver in comfort with its excellent seats and extremely quiet ride. I gotta say, when I originally purchased it, I really wasn't that into it. But once I readjusted my expectations to what this car should be good at, I'm really kind of enjoying it. Back when this car was new, it was far more likely to be seen making jaunts to the local golf club, driving to Republican fundraisers, and weekend trips to Palm Springs. Now it's perfectly suited to someone like me, somebody that wants a $110,000 car on a $3,000 budget. This Generation 7 series isn't exactly known for having an interior that stands the test of time. This car came with a ton of standard features, which often translates to a lot of things that could have broken over the course of 21 years. But overall, at a quick glance, you'd hardly know that there was anything wrong with this interior. But when you look closer, that's when you'll start to notice all the little issues. For instance, you can just look at the cup holder wrong and it'll break. Now I can't get it back in there. There we go. The ashtray is broken, both cigarette lighters don't work, the seat trim is falling apart, little plastic bits have fallen off. But these are all relatively minor inconveniences that I can fix pretty easily. Let's talk about what's under the hood. On paper, the 282 horsepower, 4.4 liter V8 seems like it should provide more than enough power. But you have to remember, this car weighs over 2 tons. This rolling mansion is heavy, and it feels heavy. Estimates when new put the 0 to 60 time at somewhere between 7 and 8 seconds. 7 might be pushing it, but 8 seems about right. Let's go find out. Okay, here we are, 1997 BMW 740iL, 4.4 liters of raw BMW power, and 3, 2, 1, go! 35, 50, 55, 60. For a huge car like this, that wasn't that terrible. You know what? I need to take a little break. I'm craving a donut.
That was pretty fun. I think I ruined my tires, and don't tell my wife that I just did that.
Okay, enough screwing around in this nearly 5,000 pound car. Let's head down to Beverly Hills and make our way towards the Greystone Mansion. So here we are on the grounds of the Greystone Mansion, one of the most famous estates in all of Beverly Hills. It was constructed around 1928 and was reportedly one of the most expensive homes ever built in California at the time. Kind of spooky over here. In fact, a lot of this place is spooky.
This ostentatious palace was bought and paid for with oil. Notorious oil tycoon Edward Doheny made his fortune at the turn of the 20th century. Edward gifted this impressive mansion to his son Ned Doheny Jr., but Ned would not live in the house for long. On a cold winter night, 4 months after Ned, his wife Lucy, and children moved in, Doheny's childhood friend and secretary, Hugh Plunkett, let himself into the mansion. The visitor walked towards the spare bedroom in the east wing where Doheny was residing. The circumstances surrounding that single gunshot remain a mystery to this day. Lucy Doheny's accounts of the evening were puzzling, and her actions aroused suspicions. Instead of calling the police, she summoned the family doctor and made their way to the East Wing. She asserts that Plunkett briefly answered the door with a murder weapon in hand, only to close the door in her face. It is after this second and final gunshot that Mrs. Doheny maintains she found both men dead. lying in pools of blood in an apparent murder-suicide. Nearly 3 hours after the shots were fired, they finally summoned the authorities. By the time the police arrived, the bodies had been moved from their original positions. Witness statements appeared rehearsed, claiming that Hugh Plunkett killed himself, even though he was shot in the back of his head. Even with the confusing and nonsensical accounts of the evening, the case was officially ruled a murder-suicide and closed. Lucy Doheny later remarried and lived here for another 30 years. The truth is held within the walls of this mansion, but we may never know exactly what motivated the murders on that fateful winter night.
I've driven this BMW nearly 3,000 miles, and it's provided me with a relatively trouble-free, luxurious experience. When I first purchased this car, the check engine light was on, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to get the thing to pass emissions. But it turned out to be a simple cam position sensor, and it passed smog with flying colors. It was a cheap and easy fix, at least this time. But with 210,000 miles on the clock of an old BMW, you never quite know if the next repair bill is going to be too much to handle. I've been lucky so far. So, do you need to be an oil tycoon to be able to purchase a luxurious BMW 7 Series? Absolutely not. Should you buy a 21-year-old BMW 740iL? Yes, I think you should. You too can have a $110,000 car for less than $3,000. I've lucked out so far on the maintenance side of things, and maybe, just maybe, you will too.